So, welcome to the next video. So, in this video, I'm just going to be going over how you create an effective Facebook ad lead form. So, this is usually for businesses that want to generate leads, and I'm going to be showing you the setup that I do that will allow you to generate between 20 to even up to 100 plus leads per month. So, what I'm going to do before I begin is I'm just going to show you the results that I've gotten, the clients that I've worked with. I'm going to refresh my screen so you know that this is not Photoshop, this is not, basically, this is the legit essentially. So, let me just go over here so that I can hopefully bring up some data for you. So let me click on ads. So you can see here what we're doing over here is we're running a Facebook lead campaign. In this campaign, we have generated 75 leads at £6.29 cost per lead. For this one, we've generated 10 leads at £2.92 cost per lead. Now, this one is for bathroom and kitchen renovation. We're also going to do I'm also going to show you some results that I've gotten for solar panels. So if you're in the solar industry, I've also run advertisements for this particular client who are in Spain. I managed to generate them 37 leads at €18.60 cost per lead, which is really, really good. And also, I've run advertisements for myself for getting my own clients actually using a Facebook lead form. And you can see the cost per lead over here. 18 leads at £17.24 cost per lead. Now, I did mention 20 to 100 leads in a month. Now, I haven't shown you any examples of any accounts getting above 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Perfect. So you can see here this month so far, this particular campaign has generated 495 leads at 28 pence cost per lead, which is just amazing. And if we are to look at last month, 900 leads at 24 pence cost per lead. So there's the proof, there's the evidence, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get straight into it. So whenever you're creating a lead form campaign, make sure you've got your ad account ready, make sure you got your Facebook page, Instagram page, etc. I'm not going to go into that in this video because you could just watch other videos. So what I always suggest you do is you click on leads in order to create a Facebook lead form. Now, you're probably wondering, when would I use a lead form and when would I use a landing page? I think a Facebook lead form is very effective to test to see if you have an offer that people actually want. So the thing is, when you're building a landing page, it can take a lot of time to build a landing page. This is just from my experience. So what you want to do is you want to test a Facebook lead form first to see if you have an offer, if you have a service, because usually when you're using a lead form, you're selling some sort of a service. Unless you're like a car dealership or you sell automobiles, whatever that might be, then of course I would still do this strategy where you use a Facebook lead form to test to see if you get a response. That is the key for this, to see if you get a response in the marketplace before you invest heavily in building a landing page and all that kind of stuff. So what I usually like to do in terms of the campaign name, I usually go with code, which just means people who have never heard of your brand, your business, your company before. And then I always go with leads, which is the objective of the campaign. And then, of course, I go with what is it that we're actually selling? Is it renovation? Is it plumbing? Is it automobiles? So in this case, I was obviously selling renovation, for example. And this is what I do for every single one of my clients that I've helped them to generate 1,000 leads almost in one single month, or 20, 30, 40 leads, or 75 leads, if that makes sense. Now, every single thing else, I just leave that unchecked. Now, Advantage campaign budget, this does work, but usually I just leave that off. I usually go with ad budget optimization, which just means where I control the ad spend for each and every single audience that I test. Now, For this part, I'm going to call it broad, and I'll explain what I mean by that very shortly. So we're going to scroll down and then we're going to click on instant forms, because this is going to be instant form campaign. It's just a third option. And then make sure you connect your Facebook page, and also you have to accept the Meta Leads terms and conditions basically. And then after that, I will leave everything else the same. Obviously, you have the option for cost per result goal. Now, you can put this here, but from my experience, it affects the performance of the campaign, but not in a positive way. So I usually leave that. I usually leave that blank. Sorry. Now, what I recommend the daily budget is a minimum of £10 per day. £5 per day is okay, but £10 per day just gives you enough time to reach people in your local area, and from that you can generate enough response to prove that okay, then let's build a website. The reason why let's build a landing page. Sorry, the reason why I recommend you build a landing page is because the problem with a lead form is the quality of the leads. So yes, you can generate 30, 40, 50, even 100 leads or 1,000 leads in a month. I will admit those leads in terms of quality are not the best. So that's why I recommend you have a landing page once you have confirmed that there is a genuine response. And what I mean by a genuine response, I mean people actually click on the lead form, giving you their contact information, because that tells you that there is actual demand for what it is that you have to offer to the marketplace. Now, start date. My golden rule is if you're starting the advertisement in the morning according to the time zone of the ad account, then go ahead. However, if you are starting the advertisement in the evening, then I recommend you start the advert the following day in the morning. Does that make sense? Only reason being is if you start the advertisement in the evening or even late afternoon, according to the time zone of the ad account, it just means if it's £10 or £20 or even worst case scenario £50 per day, it's going to spend that £50 for the entirety of that day, and you're not really going to get the best return, if that makes sense. So I'll keep it at a minimum of £10 or $10 per day. Now, in terms of location, this varies. Obviously, if it's a local business, then you want to advertise in your local area, speak to the client, or if you are doing this for yourself, then when you go to location, click on edit and then type in the location. So, for example, let's just say this is a renovation company. Now, usually renovation businesses will have a specific area that they service. So, for example, London. So, let's just say for this instance, I'm looking for clients specifically in London. This is what I would put. Now, what you could also do if you didn't know is there's this option to drop a pin. You just click on it and then you can select areas that you also want to target. So, for example, if I want to target this particular area, then click the pin, put it there. If I also want to target, for example, Oxford, get the pin and click it there. And the beautiful thing is, wherever you put the pin, what you can also do is you can decide the radius, which you can see over here. But for this example, we're just going to stick to London. Now, in terms of Advantage Plus audience, what I would recommend doing, and again, it depends on what it is that you have to offer, I would usually go for people who are 30 to 65. And then, of course, it depends. You have to speak to your client, or if you are doing this for yourself, what is the gender of people who are going to buy your offer, essentially. In terms of detailed targeting, now this is what I've discovered. This is the golden nugget of this video, actually. Facebook is so sophisticated, meaning Facebook is so clever in terms of their AI, that Facebook can target your audience without you putting any interest. So if I was in the renovation, what I would do is I would put obviously renovation, and then you can see it comes up with, renovation construction. Or let's be more specific, if I was doing bathroom renovation, I'll just click on bathroom. I'll just type in bathroom and then it comes up with different options over here. Now this does work, but with the advertisements that I run in the past, and I will continue to run, broad audience, which just means an audience without any detailed targeting, is the most effective, because Facebook will find your target audience for you. And not just that, you use the advertisement itself in terms of the ad copy, the messaging, the offer, and that will be the tool that you use to allow Facebook to target the right audience. So let's just say for this example, we doing like a kitchen renovation. Nobody who's not interested in a kitchen renovation is going to click on my ad. Does that make sense? So that's why I leave it broad and I let Facebook's AI plus my ad copy in order to target the ideal customers. Okay, so now it's to the advertisement itself. So this is where I'm going to stop the video because I've done other videos on how to create an effective ad that's going to get people to click. So I would recommend you watch those videos so you have a better understanding of how you how you create ad copy and offer that people are actually going to click on, because the secret to an effective lead form campaign that will generate you 20, 30, 40, 100, 1,000 leads in a month is having a really good offer that people want. And when I say offer, I don't mean 10%, 15% off. No, what I mean by is you are identifying what is the customer's problem and how your product and service can solve that problem. And the way you present the solution is through a result that is achieved in a specific time frame that usually has some sort of risk rehearsal. Now, if you want to have a deeper understanding of what I mean, go watch my other videos on the channel where I go through exactly how you create an effective offer that gets people to buy. So that's it for this video. Hopefully that helped. If you have any questions, just leave it in the link down below. And other than that, I will see you in the next one.